Hey everyone, welcome back to John's Watch. Today I'm taking a look at a new visual novel game just released on Steam. This is Love's Sweet Garnish. It was released on Steam on September 7th, 2018. The trigger price is $14.49 Canadian, probably around 13 US or the original equivalent, and it's developed by Canvas+Garden, Canvas+Garden, and published by Sekai Project. So this is a visual novel where you play as a character called Asaki, yeah. And he wants to revitalize his grandmother's beloved cafe. And along the way he meets two girls, Rira and... Reshare? Don't know how to say it. It's kind of weird. And they both want to work at the cafe. Okay, let's just hop right into the start from the beginning. That's exactly where we're starting. It's a good place to start. Spring vacation. It's a time of year where both excitement and worry for brand new life comes to a peak. I've moved out from the family house in the city. Now my body gently rocks as I ride the express bus. My reason for moving was simple. When my father was relocated for work overseas, I decided against going with my parents and decided to go live with my grandmother. At the very least, my father's work contract would last for around 2 to 3 years. I don't want to be away from Japan that long, and rather than follow my parents to a foreign country we're not at all used to, I felt it would be better living at my grandma's house. My little sister decided to go with my parents, though. Of course, there are other reasons as to why I decided to live with my grandma, but for now I feel like I still can't clearly say why. In the blink of an eye, the overnight express bus arrives in Hanao Usaka, the town where my grandma lives. I slept through the trip, so the bus ride felt as if it took no time at all. Even so, my body had tensed up and become sore all over after being confined to the tiny bus seat. I reminisce a bit as I stretch. When I was little, I would come here to play quite often, but after my father's work picked up, I hadn't been able to visit my grandma much. I always meant to come here on my own, so maybe that's why I'm here now. I really do love my grandma, as well as this town. It's a bit different compared to back then, but looking around it now still feels very nostalgic. Now that I think of it, I feel like I've walked around this area with my mother and someone else before. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I do feel like I remember something like that. Having a fuzzy memory or not being able to remember things properly happens quite often for me. Maybe after living here for a bit the memories will come back. With that on my mind, I get off the bus and start walking towards my destination with the simple map my father gave me in hand. Don't have a smartphone or anything, geez. Oh, here it is. As I walk around looking at my map, I find the building I'm searching for. Remembering back to my childhood memories and from what I'd heard from my parents, I'm certain this is the place. It's the cafe my grandma ran, Milk Hall Caramella. On the first floor is the cafe, and the second floor is where my grandma lives. The house next door is also attached to the cafe. Its first floor is a normal living space, but also has a kitchen and break space for cafe staff. Also on the second floor is the room that used to be my father's. Looking at the building brings back memories. I'd been here many times before as a child, but to see it hasn't changed at all since then makes me somewhat happy. Currently, the cafe has a sign saying closed temporarily. My grandma collapsed just recently and hasn't been able to run it anymore. Oh, sorry, I'm in the way, aren't I? Just standing here. I'm suddenly called out to as I stare at the closed sign. I turn around to see a beautiful girl standing there. She has a slightly grown-up, soft air to her. I can't help but feel like I know her from somewhere. Huh? I am Asaki Ogisawa, but who are you? Not gonna do that, girl. Let's see. Oh, are you Big Sis Chisato? I mean, Chisato-san? No, I'm not gonna do that. I just called you that while I was caught up in my memories, so I'm not a kid anymore, so it's a bit embarrassing to call you big sis.
そう？まあ、残念だけど、一理あるわね。久しぶりに会ったら、こんなに大きくなっちゃって。
So she's not even like one of the two girls that wants to work at the cafe. So there's more than just two girls in here. Chisato has been beaming ever since meeting me again. Seeing her smile reminds me of the time we spent together. Chisato was a regular at my grandma's cafe. The last time I saw her, I was still in middle school. You said you were going to study to be a chef, so I thought you wouldn't be living here anymore, Chisato-san.
ああ、そういえばそんな話もしたっけ。一応ね、1年くらいは都心で働いてたんだけど、なんだかホームシックみたいになっちゃって、それでこっちに帰ってきちゃった。
I see.
毎日が目まぐるしく過ぎていく都会より、田舎の方が私には合ってるみたい。両親も私が帰ってきて喜んでるし、町の人たちもやっぱり私がいると安心できるとか言っちゃってさ。まあこれでいいかなって。
I keep cutting her off by accident. That reminds me, Chisato's home is actually Komada Shrine. I can understand that her parents in the villages would be relieved to have her back, with her being the daughter of the well-known shrine. Your parents sure were worried about you, huh, Chisato-san? I wonder if mine are worried about me, with us separated like this.
うちのは過保護なだけよ。可愛い子には旅をさせよって言うし、全然知らない土地じゃないし、おばあちゃんもいるんだから安心してるかもしれないわよ。
That'd be nice if it's the case.
私ね、去年からカルメラを手伝わせてもらってるんだけど、おばあちゃんから聞いてなかった？
No, not at all.
そっか。君のお父さんたちの生活を邪魔したくないって言ってたから、連絡もあんまりしてなかったのかな。
Yeah, that's why we were so surprised when we heard she was in the hospital.
本当にあんまり連絡してなかったのね。
The whole family felt that they didn't want to leave Grandma alone while she's in the hospital. My parents must have felt that it was a lifesaver when I said I wanted to go live at her place.
そうだ、せっかくだからお店の中に入ってみる？立ち話もなんだしね。
Is it okay for us to go in? Are you going to be living there?
休業中だけど、毎日しないといけないことはいろいろあるの。だから鍵は預かってるんだ。
Oh, so that's why. Well then, I'd like to go in if possible.
わかったわ。それじゃあ入って。
You got it. Doesn't look that great. The neatly arranged chairs and tables look so lonely in the empty cafe. When I was little, this place was always packed with lively customers.
ごめんね。今ちょっと片付けてる途中だから。
Oh, yeah.
先週会った時もね、もうすぐ君がこっちに来ること、おばあちゃん嬉しそうに話していたわよ。
God, it really feels like she's gonna die soon. Is she doing well? I wonder when she'll be able to come back.
すぐに退院はしたんだけどね。今まで通りの生活は難しいから、当分は近くのご親族のお宅でお世話になるって。
Oh, maybe she'll actually be okay then. I see. Then what'll happen to the cafe?
お店を閉めて1ヶ月以上経つんだけど、残念ながら再開するめども立たないし、このまま閉店かもって話したばかりで。
No way.
私も何とかしたかったんだけど、お店も昔からの常連さんが多く高齢化しててね。で、近くに新しい飲食店も増えて、新規のお客さんもなかなか増えないしね。
I look around the closed-up milk hall caramella. I'd heard from my grandma that this cafe was passed down from my great-great-grandfather long ago. Is it really okay for such a place to end like this? Wonder how happy you'd be if Grandma could return, happy and healthy, to reopen the cafe. It's not like I came here to help Grandma reopen, and others might not be too happy with a relative that's been out of the picture for so long just barging in here, but... would it be possible to open for business again?
それは、おばあちゃんが復帰できないと難しいんじゃないかな。
Grandma used to talk about how she promised Grandpa that she'd protect this cafe. That's why I feel like it shouldn't close. If she recovers, I'd like it to continue on.
Asaki-kun.
Chisato was surprised I would suddenly say such a thing. Even I know that what I'm proposing is unreasonable. But looking around the empty cafe space, I couldn't keep myself from saying something. Sorry, saying such a crazy thing so suddenly, I don't even know how long the cafe's been closed. Didn't she say a month?
そうね。驚いちゃった。でも、お店を大切にしていた気持ちを君が覚えてくれていたって知ったら、おばあちゃんきっと喜ぶわ。
That sure would be nice. My grandma's been doing well, right?
ええ、とっても。もともと元気な方だから、周りが止めないと、朝からお菓子作りを始めちゃうみたいよ。まあでも、心配させたくないから、君にはもう少し元気になってから会いたいみたいだけど。
Yeah, that sure sounds like her.
気丈な人だもん。女で一つでお店を守ってきたこと、すごいわよね。私、君のおばあちゃん、かよこさんのこと、尊敬してるんだから。
I'm quite proud of her too. I'm sure once she's a bit better she'll want to reopen the cafe.
それは私も同じ気持ちよ。でも、お客さんが来てくれない以上、かよこさんが戻ってきて営業再開しても同じこと。
You just gotta hire cute girls and make it hip for the youngsters. A way to get more guests. I'll think of something.
君がカルメラにお客さんを呼んでくれるの？
Yeah, I'll call out to them in the streets or something. I'll think of a bunch of different things. I get that I'm just a deadbeat who doesn't know anything, but I'll figure something out. Even if I'm the cafe owner's nephew, Chisato must be troubled by my crazy request. I don't know how my grandma would feel about things, but I'm currently not in a position to be asking Chisato something like that. We might not be able to stop the cafe from closing, but if what I've said makes Chisato consider even ever so slightly...
あのね、実は私、君に言ってなかったことがあるの。
Something you haven't told me?
ええ、実は私、かよこさんが戻ってくるまで、君に何かあればって、君とこの店の管理を頼まれたの。
Is that so? Thank you.
それともう一つ。実はね、かよこさん、この春に君が来たらお店を手伝ってほしかったみたい。でも、倒れちゃったじゃない？自分がこうなった以上、それも叶わなくなったって、かよこさん、肩を落としてた。
This is such a weird visual novel to compare it to, but this is so similar to Beach Bounce, which is like an English language visual novel. But like, that was released like 4 years ago or something, maybe longer. But like the whole premise of that is that this guy's grandma runs a beach resort and she gets sick, so he goes to take over the beach resort for her. It's just very similar premise to this, funnily enough. No way. I'm here now, so I'd like to do anything and everything I can for the cafe.
いい子。それでこそ、私の尊敬するかよこさんの孫ね。
You don't need to flatter me so much.
まっすぐな男の子になってて安心しちゃった。都会ですれてたら寂しいもの。君の気持ちは分かったわ。私は君の意見を尊重したいって思ってる。
Thank you, Chisato-san.
もう、そんなキラキラした目で見て。でも、まだお店を再開できると決まったわけじゃないわよ。
Spoilers, they do reopen.
専門的なことは私が何とかするから、まずは君が具体的にお店をどうしたいかを考えて、方向性を打ち出してみて。
How to go forward. Okay. Do you have anything that explains how this cafe was run up until now?
ええ、あるわよ。ちょっと待ってて。持ってくるから。
I don't know if the ideas of an amateur like me can get more customers. But I want to protect this cafe that my grandma wanted to continue on in the name of my grandpa. So I only have one choice. To try. Ganbate. After she went and grabbed me those papers, Chisato showed me to the room where I'd be staying in from now on. It was the room my dad used to use back in the day on the second floor.
久しぶりの実家はどう？って言っても、正確にはお父さんの実家なんだよね。
Yeah, my dad left here when he started university. I did come here often when I was little though, so it's pretty nostalgic to be at my grandma's place again. Oh, I'm pretty sure I heard my dad's room is just as he left it when he went to university.
かよこさんに頼まれて少し片付けはしたわよ。でもほとんどそのままにしてあるわ。必要だと思うものは揃えておいたけど、何か足りないものがあったら言ってね。
To go to all these lengths already. Thank you so much.
いいのよ。かよこさんの頼みなんだから。ねえ、君はこの町で暮らしたいと思って来てくれたの？
Yeah, my parents went overseas, but I didn't just come here because it was the only option left.
それじゃ、この町に慣れて好きになっていけるといいわね。
Thanks. I think it'll be a while until I get used to my new school, though.
新しい環境になるのって緊張するわよね。でも、新しい出会いがあるんだから、彼女とかできるかもよ。
The heck? How old is he? I assumed he was in like his 20s or something. Huh? No way. A girlfriend is.
あ、その反応ってことは、彼女はいないんだ。モテそうなのにな。
No way. I'm not popular or anything. I start to shake. I never thought this topic would come up. It's not like I didn't talk to girls or like I didn't want a girlfriend. Just never seemed like there were any girls interested in me. I've never had a crush on anyone either, anyways.
彼女はできなくても、友達ができれば学園生活なんて楽勝よ。まあ、最初は頑張る必要があるけどね。
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get out there and talk with everyone.
その気持ちがあるなら大丈夫。でも、もしダメだったら、私の後輩を紹介してあげるから安心して。
You don't need to do all that for me. I'm happy to already have you as a friend.
あら、嬉しいこと言ってくれるじゃない。天然なのか、それとも？
What? No, I didn't mean anything by that.
真面目ね。でも、お姉さんそういう子、結構好きよ。
I feel like I might respond to her saying she likes guys like me. But if I did say something, I feel like I just egg her on. You keep teasing me, but do you even have a boyfriend yourself, Chisato-san?
やるわね。そんな切り返しをされると、手も足も出なくなっちゃうわ。
In other words, you're no better off than me then.
今の私に恋愛はいいの。それよりも、君の協力でお店が再開できるかもしれないんだし、そっちが大事かな。
I'm assuming this choice is in the game since there's at least 3 different girls. It looks like there might be 4 altogether. So I don't think it's a kinetic one. It doesn't say anything about it on the store page. Yeah, you're right. I'll think of a way to get this place back on its feet.
ええ、お願いね。わからないことがあったら何でも聞いて。そうだ、せっかくだからアドレス交換しときましょうか。
Sorry, I still use physical maps. I don't understand what an email is.
かやこさんが戻るまでお店のこと以外もいろいろ頼まれてるしね。
Ah, yeah, let's exchange emails then. We both take out our smartphones and trade emails. I was just assuming this was set in like the 90s or something, but no, they've got smartphones, which means he'd have like Google Maps or something. It's reassuring to see the name Chisato Komada in my contacts.
それじゃあ私はそろそろ帰るわね。あ、夕飯は冷蔵庫に入ってるから温めて食べてね。
Holy shit, you made dinner? Oh, you didn't make it yourself, did you?
うちで私が夕飯当番だったから多めに作って持ってきておいたの。
Marry me. I mean, I see. Thank you.
もうお礼なんかいいの。ついでなんだから。それじゃあ帰るけど、何かあったら遠慮せずすぐに連絡してね。
Will do. Thank you. It was all a given to Chisato, but to let me know about how my grandma's doing and how life would be for me here, I'd never be able to tell her just how thankful I actually am. Okay, I'm hoping we can meet the other two girls pretty quickly. Fingers crossed. I begin to read the papers on milk hall caramel as I eat the dinner Chisato made. Reading them, I'm able to get a sense of the origin of the cafe's name, the layout, and what type of items were on the menu. It seems like milk hall caramel was chosen because of its calming ring, and the fact that it doesn't serve alcohol. My cheeks curl up into a smile at the thought of how my grandparents' kindness was reflected in it. The menu items seem like something you'd find in an old-style cafe, so you could definitely feel its age. I'll have to update the menu a bit. I write down ideas and various points in the notebook prepared for me while giving the documents a quick look over. Okay, I think I get how things are a bit more now. To start, I think making the cafe name a bit easier to understand would be good. Milk hall apparently means the place doesn't serve alcohol, but to those that aren't familiar with the term, it might be hard to understand as a cafe. And caramella means garden in Italian apparently. It reflects the atmosphere of the cafe well, so I think it'd be good to keep that part. Just call it like Cafe Caramella then. Easy. The new name I've thought up for the cafe is Tea Lounge Caramella. This way it's easy to understand that it's a cafe, but the roots of the name don't change so that regulars and past guests understand it's the same place as before. Wonder if Tea Lounge, like, translates more to cafe in Japanese, possibly? I mean, I know they have the word cafe in Japanese, or like they understand what cafes are. I still need to discuss this with my grandma, so I don't know if this name will stick. But if this is a potential way to draw in new customers, then I want to try it. I also want to leave the old favorites on the menu, but try my hand at giving them a new touch as well. Just as long as we're charging like $5 for coffee, then we're perfect. I just paid like $5 for this little coffee, so I'd like to know. True Japanese style cafe there. Huh? How'd it get so late? I don't know if it was because I was finally able to calm down and collect my ideas, but a yawn escaped from me. Because I was so focused on the task at hand, I completely lost track of time. I'll work for a bit longer, take a bath, and then get ready for bed. I think about all that while still reading over the papers when something catches my eye. I hadn't noticed it before, but it looks like a note from where the menu is decided. A cup of coffee for a customer's tranquil afternoon, topped with the sweetness of true love's devotion. Could this be something Grandpa wrote out for Grandma back in the day? Maybe they started up milk hall caramella with these thoughts in mind. I flip through the page of this in my head until I come to a page with photos attached to it. There are many, ranging from old to new. This must be from when Grandma and Grandpa were still young. Both Grandma and Grandpa, along with their customers, were all smiles. Reading those words from before and seeing this photo, I realized that Caramello is a place well loved by the townspeople. Wow, this is so beautifully wholesome. I love it. What a nice cafe. I don't want Caramello to close. Looking at these photos has only made this feeling stronger inside of me. Wow! My field of vision sways back and forth, side to side. I feel my eyelids grow heavy and my consciousness begin to fade away. Phew, I thought he was dying or something. Maybe I'm remembering something from the past. A memory from when I visited this town when I was little. Or he's just falling asleep. Oh no, it's a flashback. I think it's from when I went to my dad's home, the place I am now, to visit my grandpa's grave. My parents and grandma talked about what to do about the future of things. They talked about how my grandma being on her own was a concern. If she should come live with us or continue the cafe by herself. I thought she should do whatever she wants, but because I was just a kid, I had no say in the matter. I went to a nearby park on my own, thinking it would be best for me not to intrude on the conversation. There, I met a young girl. That girl, she was crying. You don't need to cry anymore. It's really okay, don't cry. She looked over this way, still crying, almost as if she was scared of something. She was around the same age as me, so I was hoping maybe we could play together. Maybe there was some way I could cheer her up. Hey, I've got something cool to show you. Just wait a bit, I'll be right back. I sprinted off. Without even listening to her response, I ran off to Grandma's house, grabbed a certain something and dashed back to the park. I returned, had a breath. She was still in the park, waiting. Sorry I made you wait on your own. While waiting for me, she stopped her crying. Even though hesitant, she finally started speaking. My name is Ogisawa Asaki. I'm just visiting my grandma's house, so I don't live around here.
そうなんだ。
What's your name?
私は
Just what was that girl's name again?
覚えなくていいけど。
It's all because she said that. I can't remember her name now. She kept glancing at me bashfully.
アサキって珍しい名前。
You think so? Your name is pretty rare too.
そう？
Yeah, it's the first time I've met anyone with that name.
アサキも初めて聞いたもん。
I heard a small, cute sound. The cheeks of the girl in front of me flushed bright red as she looked at me.
聞こえた？
Yeah. Are you hungry?
違うの。今のは違って、勝手に。
As if it was just resisting the words of the embarrassed girl, the same sound came from her stomach. Perfect timing. You know my grandma's really good at making yummy desserts. She runs a store.
お店？
Yeah, a store that sells tea and dessert. A café is what it's called, I think. Do you know it?
近くにお店があるのは知ってる。お母さんと行ったことあるとこかも。
It's probably that store. Have you had this before? I pulled out my favorite dessert, which I grabbed from the house. Grandma's black bean daifuku made from mochi. She'd definitely be happy after having that. But when I tried to give her the daifuku, she looked at me with a troubled expression. What's wrong?
お餅嫌い。
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
あのね、あんまり食べないから、いつもお正月だけで。
Again, I heard that cute sound. It was almost as if it was on cue after looking at the daifuku. I took another daifuku out with my other hand and decided I'd have one first to show her. Yeah, it's really yummy. Grandma's daifuku really is special.
そうなの？
Yep, I usually don't like the red bean paste in the inside of daifuku too much, but I can eat Grandma's because it's so yummy. She continued to stare at me as I answered her and ate more of the daifuku. Do you want to try some?
じゃあ、ちょっとだけ。
Okay, go ahead.
ありがとう。いただきます。
She nodded her head slightly. Hesitantly and ever so slowly, she put the black bean daifuku into her mouth. How is it? Her eyes shone. From that alone I knew her answer. With just a single bite, you could tell Grandma's daifuku was special.
おいしい。こんなお餅食べたことない。
Oishi. You can eat yummy stuff like this all the time at Grandma's store.
すごい。君のおばあちゃん、魔法使いみたい。
Huh, I'm sure Grandma would be happy to hear that. Is your tummy better now? If you're still hungry, you can have mine too.
もっと食べたいけど、大丈夫。
I'm glad to hear it.
今度、お母さんと一緒にまた行ってみる。お餅、もっと食べたいから。
The mochi dessert you had earlier is called a black bean daifuku.
豆大福。わかった。覚えとく。お餅とあんこ、食べられるようにしてくれて、ありがとう。あとね、一緒に遊ぶ？
Yeah. We'd met and played together once, and only for a few hours until the sun went down. But thanks to Grandma's daifuku, I was able to make a friend in this town, even if only for a bit. I wonder if she's still doing well. Maybe I'll meet her all of a sudden again one day. Maybe I'm making too much out of it. Maybe that's the fourth girl in the game. It's a small town, so it wouldn't be that crazy for us to meet again. So certainly, it should be okay for me to look forward to it. After all, I met her again in my dreams tonight. Whoa. Okay, that is going to have to do it for the video. It's already gone quite a bit longer than I usually let these videos go on for, but I was really enjoying it. And I did want to meet the other two girls. Doesn't look like that's going to happen unless they show up right now. They're not showing up right now. Anyway, that was a look at the first half hour of Love's Sweet Garnish. It's really good so far, very, very wholesome. It's very nice. Because it's less than 15 bucks, I assume it's like fairly short, so not like one of like the 30-hour visual novels, so I'll probably try and finish this in my own time. That's the kind of games I look for now, just really short ones. It's just what I enjoy now. It's really well translated, obviously. There's no awkward phrasings or anything. It's really nice. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!